Hey y'all, in today's video I wanted to go over a recap of a $6,000 job that we completed with a full polyaspartic base coat, full flake coverage, and polyaspartic top coat, and as well how I would start a floor coating company myself again if I was restarting it to be the most profitable and have the highest likelihood of actually achieving success instead of just saying, from my previous video there, just go out, start somehow getting 4 jobs per week and then boom, you're making a couple $100,000 a year. It's a little bit more difficult than that. And as you're even seeing in this video here, I had 3 guys on this job, my co-owner, and then I was on it as well, doing a lot of the recording onto the video here. So you do need a lot of people. You got to pay your people well, and if you want them to have great results and be trained and keep it going. So getting right into the video here, if I was to start it over again, I would start with an extremely minimal investment so that I could continue to market, to have money on hand to pay my people, and to also be able to market because again, this is a very one-time thing. We're never going to be back at this guy's house doing his garage floor again. So it's important to, first of all, do it right the first time, but also make sure that you can maximize every one of your jobs so you can continue to get more jobs. Just like what I'm doing right here, we're videoing all of the process. And as you can see, I'm even helping them with the installation here for the base coat because these floors cure extremely fast. So you have to be really on it, especially if you're using polyaspartic, which is almost necessary to be able to complete a floor in one day. And it's also, I think, about 33 to 37 degrees out right now. So pretty cold as well, which affects the cure times, especially as it gets hotter too for you. So I would start out with a HEPA filter vacuum so that you could actually vacuum the floor as you need to so that your base coat will be able to hold on to the floor. You can do things such as like an S26 vacuum. You just look those up. They're about $2,500. They are a discontinued unit, but it's an extremely, really, really good vacuum. It can use all of your hand grinders onto there, and most of the machines that you'd be starting out with, you should be able to utilize onto there. We would recommend as well starting with either equipment rental and having them ensure that they have the diamonds on hand for you to be able to use to actually grind the floor so that you can get it to the right concrete profile. Or I would recommend just going with something like a Prep Master Junior, which you saw on my $4,000 job recap from the very beginning there. And let me show you as well too. So now, this is the grinder that we use. This is about $25,000 grinder. So you're going to continue to need more equipment to be able to get through floors in one day, instead of just hand grinding 900 square feet like this is right here. So going into that more as we're finishing up the floor, they're back rolling everything. And as you can see, you really need a lot of people to be able to finish these floors effectively without, again, taking too much time onto it. So starting with a Prep Master Junior grinder and then going with some kind of a HEPA filter vacuum so that you can actually get proper suction and be able to get rid of the dust instead of just blowing it back into the air because the dust is very small and it's also a carcinogen. So it's important to really, manage all of that for you. Again, starting out, trying to keep the investment as minimal as possible so that you can continue to have money on hand for your employees and for your marketing efforts because these are one-time jobs. Again, like I said, we'll never be back here, so it's important to get the most that you can out of every job that you can. That's funny with Will. And then, so from every job that you're completing there, be sure to be taking an insane amount of before and afters, videos like this if you're able to as well too, so you can show this to more customers to get the word out so that they can also see how you operate and what you run all this stuff with for that. Take all those videos, those before and afters, everything, post them onto Google Business Manager, Nextdoor, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok videos, everything that you can so that anywhere your customers are, they can continue to see you, as well as you get into marketing, Facebook ads, Nextdoor ads, all of those. It's important to be able to then have those for your ads as well too, because you don't want your ads to become stale. You want people to continue to see you doing new things and continue from there. So any job as well that I'm on, all the neighbors are getting, at least 5 of the neighbors on there. And a little thing that I would recommend, just saying, I learned this all from the D2D millionaire, door-to-door millionaire. Go up to them, say, hey, I'm just the flooring guy here. We're just over here at Susan's house right next door. Show them, point to your trailer, everything. Ideally, you have a trailer. Again, why money is so important to have on hand. You want to wrap your trailer so that other people will be able to see you, even while you're doing all of your work, you'll have random people all the time come by and say, oh, well, that's pretty cool. But as you're doing that door to door, just saying, hey, we have some grinders out, we have some vacuums going, our generators are going, it's going to be a little bit loud out here for you today. Just wanted to give you my card. If you needed anything, feel free to call or text us. And as well, probably, between about noon and 1 p.m., we're going to be, throwing all the flakes and, applying the base coat if you wanted to come and watch the process for it. So again, inviting them over, giving them a reason to do it, but also everybody in the neighborhood is going to be talking about who just had their garage floor completed. And that's some of the best word of mouth. So always, if you can stay as close to the customer as possible, instead of a random, cold door knocking, this is a very, very warm thing. And you're also offering them value because if they need anything, you're giving them your information as well as into the future if they ever want to, get an estimate or anything like that. So we're not trying to sell them. We're not trying to go hardcore on them. We just want to let them know, hey, we're in the area. This is us. And if you need us, we're out here for you. Afterwards, to do as well with the products, you can start out with some products online. I won't really talk about other ones than I use because I've never really found them to be as good, and I don't really like to, badmouth anybody. But we personally use ResinWorks ourselves. A lot of 2-day shipping. They've been insane for the ability for us to train. Again, this floor, we finished this whole entire floor in about 15 minutes. It's all sped up, but you need to be good at these things. The floor would cure. You couldn't put your flakes onto it. It would look like trash, and especially onto the top coat as well would just not look that good. So it's insanely important to have the necessary training onto these floors, as well as so you can become more confident while you're at your estimates with your customers so that you're installing the right systems for them and you're really standing out against your competition at the same time for yourself. Another thing that I would look into, a lot of people want to just do floors themselves all the way through. I would say it could be worthwhile to get into, house washing as well. You can usually get started with house washing for, a pressure washer is about $1,500. Your downstream injectors maybe like $30, and then bleach is not very much, and obviously the job will pay for itself. A lot of people are more so against this, but I think that it's a nice way to increase the average value of your customers, but also there's a lot of crossover between the people who are actually getting their house washed and the people who are going to end up having their floor coatings completed. And it'll also keep your people busy, and as well, pressure washing and deck restoration has high margins as well too. So that can help you ensure that you still have enough people when you need the people to be able to do the floors on top of that. Because again, it's a very capital intensive business. Like I said, you're only going to have this client one time, so you want to maximize your lifetime value with those customers, get as many referrals, before and afters, videos. You can see me here with the gimbal as well too onto what we got going on. And as well, afterwards, once you get all of your profit, what you want to do is this is also, I like this gimbal kind of thing here. Once you get all your profit, what your goal should be is to invest that back into marketing and branding. That'd be truck wraps, laying your truck out at some kind of like a Home Depot or something like that. If you don't have any work for the day, really trying to make sure that anybody and everybody in your neighborhood sees you, because on average in marketing, somebody needs to see you about 7 times before they recognize you. And it's probably even more nowadays because everybody is getting so inundated with Instagram, TikToks, everything like that, where the attention span in general is going down quite a bit due to people seeing literally so many things nowadays. So the general rule of purpose was 7 times somebody has to see you before they'll purchase. It's probably even more nowadays, and that can all come from the online advertisements that they see, the posts that they organically see, the TikToks that they see, the Instagram that they see, the wrap trucks they see, the door hangers, the neighbors that you knocked on their door talking to the other neighbors. As you can see, you really want to have an omnipresent content strategy so that you can show everybody everything that's going on, and they will continue to become and understand who you were. That also plays into, if you haven't come up with a business name, you want to have something that is very memorable. Our company's name is very, very memorable. Loud Bros. It's hard to forget. It's not just extreme clean or something very, very basic, because again, you want to stand out from your competition always. And onto the branding angle, everybody will see that on your trailers. You want to have nice, super standard colors for yourself as well onto that too. And again, all your profits, put those back into actually continuing to build the business. because you need to keep your people busy, and you also want to make sure that nobody gets rusty. You want to make sure that everybody is still a pro onto everything that they're installing, and that's necessary because you don't want to fail floors. If you start to fail floors, you may even lose money onto a floor like this. If I had to replace a floor like this, I would lose money. So again, you want to ensure that you're always installing everything that you can correctly. And as you can see here, really coating everything and having the best materials that you possibly can so that, again, you don't have to come back and your customers know that your quality was top notch from the beginning. Again, if you want recommendations, that's basically the only way that you can do that for it. So that would be essentially all that I had onto this video here for you. If you guys have any questions or anything for me, let me know. And as well, I will be uploading more videos about omnipresent channels or omnipresent content strategies for people, different ways that you can actually maximize your profit, sneaky ways to optimize your sales flow, and from leads to estimates to close sales for people. Because again, you're like, I have some strong competition where I'm at, but some people in Florida, for instance, have even stronger competition than I'm dealing with in my own way. So I can't even imagine how much these people are dealing with at the same time to ensure that they're actually, maintaining and doing everything that they need to. So feel free to like, subscribe, and as well comment down below if you guys have any questions. And also, we didn't unfortunately get the whole top coat, but they went all the way across this whole entire floor. I wasn't here for this one anymore, but they finished it out. It was an awesome job and it worked out awesome. So hope you all have a great day. Peace.